Yo, what is good? I wanted to do a quick video while I'm going throughout my day, basically explaining on how I got this software engineering job, because when I go and people follow me on Instagram, and if you haven't followed me on Instagram, you could click the link in the description with any questions that you might have. But I get a lot of questions saying, hey, my name's John or whatever, and I really like your videos, and I've been thinking about getting into software engineering. How did you do it? And I've gotten that question maybe like over 15, 20 times. And I think that I'll continue to get that question as the channel grows. So I decided, how about I just make a video on it, and whenever I do get that question in the future, I can just go ahead and send everybody to this video. So how did I get a job as a software engineer? A little background about me: I'm 24 years old. I am living in Dallas, Texas, and actually I just turned 24 yesterday. I spent it with my family. I probably won't be doing that again. I know y'all are watching this, and y'all did not help me do any of those dishes. So next year I'm gonna be spending it with some different people. But anyways, let me give a little background on how I got into computer science and how I was able to land this job straight out of college, which was my goal. That was my main goal, was to land a job straight out of college. Freshman year, going into college, I was actually a pre-med major. And the reason why I was a pre-med major is because I wanted to major in biomedical engineering. And my school that I was going to, they didn't have that as an opportunity. And I was going to this school for a football scholarship because it was the cheapest way I could go to school. That was how I was going to get my school paid, and the school that I was going to was going to pay a good chunk of my schooling. So I had to compromise and not major in the thing that I wanted to major in. So I decided to major in pre-med instead. I didn't really care for it much, and my older brother told me, who was also in college at the time, he said, hey, you should try computer science. You know, they probably have that at your school, and it's a good field to get into right now. It pays a lot of money. Now me, I just hear money. I was like, all right, cool, I'll try it out. So like 1 week before school started, I decided to switch my major to computer science because my brother said, you know, you can make some money, and I did some research on it, and I was like, okay, I'll actually try this. And if I don't like it, I'll just switch my major to something else. So I decided to do computer science as my major instead of pre-med. And starting off, it wasn't bad at all. It's a very math-based, and I was pretty good at math coming out of high school. So doing college math was really easy for me. And I just decided to stick with it and go through with it. So fast forward a couple years, all the way up until my junior year. No, we should go to my sophomore year. So my sophomore year, before my junior year, I knew that you're able to get internships. So sophomore year, I went ahead and decided to start applying to internships, but it was pretty hard because my LinkedIn was trash. It was garbage. My picture I took with an iPhone in like terrible lighting. I'll probably put it up. It was not good at all. So I was applying to different internships my sophomore year. So I did this early, and I didn't get any. What I did get was this thing called a summer research opportunity, and this was through the school. And I remember they had sent an email out to the students saying, hey, there's a summer research opportunity through this other university, and it actually pays you. So it's essentially very similar to an internship, but you're not working for a company. You're basically doing research through another university. And I thought, okay, this is good. I can put this on my resume, and then my junior year going into my senior year, I could get an internship. So I went ahead and applied for that, and I'm probably like the only person that applied at my school because I got it like immediately, just like that. And I was the only person from my school that was in the program. There was people from other schools that did it as well, but I was the only person from my school because everyone else was just too lazy, I guess, to even apply. Or maybe they just didn't get it, maybe I got it. But yeah, I went ahead and I got that, and it paid me like, I want to say either like $6,000 or $5,000 for the summer. It was not hard. It was during COVID, so it was all remote, and it was an opportunity that I got just because I was looking for it. So the good thing about getting that opportunity was the fact that it puts something on my resume other than just school. And I believe that's why I was able to get my next opportunity the next year after that. So what I did my junior year was I applied everywhere. Like I was applying. Oh, you have a position, I'm applying. You have a position, I'm applying. I don't care where you are. Oh, Cali, I'm applying. New York, I'm applying. I was applying everywhere. Like I was applying to at least like 10 every day. And these were all internships, by the way. These weren't for full-time jobs because I was a junior, and they were all for the summer. So I was just applying everywhere, and I was getting responses back. And then I realized that you had to hold on. So the story will continue once I'm done with my haircut. So I don't know how, but the video that I took after this one that you just saw got deleted. So I'm just going to go ahead and say what I said in that clip. But essentially, I was just talking about how hard of a process it was to apply to all these different jobs while also being a student athlete, and then also majoring in a hard major like computer science. And I say those things to hopefully inspire or motivate anybody that's in college, or maybe they're not even in college, but they're applying to different jobs, and hopefully to motivate you and show you that I was going through the struggle too, just like you, and I was able to at least land something. And in order to give you something that you might relate to, the next clip that you're about to see is of me reading off my journal entries from that time period in my life where I was applying and getting rejected and all of those things. So yeah, that's what you're about to see next. All right, so this right here was my college journal. I do like to journal from time to time. I don't do it every night, but I do it from time to time. And if you already in the ew, he has a diary in the comments, you can bring it on. I don't care. Yeah, I have a diary. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna go to the time that I was applying, and I'm gonna read the journal entry because I read it a couple weeks back, and I was like, yeah, I should probably make a video on this because I was going through it. And I think this could be used for anybody who's trying to get a job out of college, or maybe they're not even in college and they're trying to get a job, but just to realize that I didn't just start in college and get the job right away, and it was just a smooth, happy, easy process. It was not that. And I even got the notes to prove it. So let's go find where I was at that point in life where I was applying to all these different places. Sunday, February 12th, 2022, Super Bowl Sunday, working and studying for internship right now. I really want this, but it is a grind that is hard to keep up with when all my friends around me are having fun all the time. It makes me lose focus, so really it's forcing me to strengthen my ability to lock in and focus. Embrace the grind, Josh. Let's go. Reading that back, it's kind of corny, but I was 2 years younger, so I ain't gonna hate on it. I mean, he locked in. Here's another one right after it. Stressed right now because I need to finish this program. I have early morning runs. I feel unprepared for my interview Wednesday. That's about it. I guess things could be worse. Anyway, God bless you, whoever is reading this, including myself. I just want to secure an internship now. All caps, now. Look at that. I'm not lying to y'all. Now. Bro, I was actually writing this. This is crazy. It doesn't even feel like I wrote this. So I can chill and focus on other things. Well, once I do get my internship, I can. Does that say can? Oh no. Once I do get my internship, I'm going to do Python, Java, JavaScript coding modules to get proficient at those languages, as well as front-end, back-end development. Should be nice. I was writing that from the perspective of somebody that didn't know if it was all going to work out. And I think when I think about that, think about it in that way, I'm proud of that old person for doing that, because I mean, it's a struggle. Whoa, okay, we found this is gonna be the last one right here. So this is the last one we're gonna read. This one was written on 2/22/22. February 22nd, 2022. This is the last one we're gonna read. I think this is also a good one. So it said, I got rejected from, I'm not gonna say the name of the company, blank company today. Great. Well, I will be studying again for blank, a different company. It said, and I put in here, I know my handwriting's bad right now, but I'm tired. So long, farewell. trust God. Right now, I need to do a lot better job. Yeah, so obviously you can see from these, it wasn't always ups. There was a lot of ups and downs. I think what doesn't come across in a lot of these videos that people do, or like what it took to actually get there. I think more or less people don't show how they got there many times. So I just wanted to show a little bit of evidence of how we got there. Oh, I noticed. I know I said the last one was the last one, but I think this is also a good one right here. Okay, here's what I said right here in the diary. Yeah, the blank interview was trash. Is computer science even for me? I don't know. Just adjust and keep going, I guess. What life has in store, I don't know, but need to do a better job. I need to do a better job avoiding distractions. And then I said right here, I said right there, right after that, writing in the dark, so I don't know how my handwriting looks. I need a scapegoat to this frustration. So yeah, we're gonna end that right there. And I think that might motivate some people who might be feeling the same way right now. I was a junior in high school at that point in time, interviewing to places. And I think it's good to let that story be known to other people who might be going through the same thing. What I forgot to mention in that last clip is that the same exact company that I interviewed for, where I thought the interview was trash, and I was saying, "Oh, is this even for me? Woe is me," type of. And they actually ended up being the company that offered me a role for an internship. And I had another company, but I decided to go with that specific one. And so I went ahead and I did the internship for the summer. It was smooth. It goes by like kiss. And they ended up offering me a full-time position. And that's who I'm working with right now. So I think this goes to show that, man, if you're in the same position, that literally anything could happen. The exact company that I'm working for right now, I thought my interview was trash. My first interview with them was terrible. At least that's what I thought. But somehow I still got the offer. And that's who I'm working with today. I really just hope this motivates you. And yeah, next thing I'm going to talk about are some tips and tricks that you could use to help you out. So yeah. So we had to take a quick intermission. I had to finish working, but now I'm going to be cooking dinner. While I cook dinner, I'm going to go over some tips that might be helpful for you if you're trying to get into this job and this career. So I'm going to be doing this while I'm making some steak. And we got some broccoli in here. I'll probably cook up some rice to go with it. We're going to have a broccoli ASMR. Good God. This broccoli is huge. So some tips that I would say when you're in college, if I were to tell my old college self, is it sounds corny, but literally never give up, because I remember when I was at that stage and just reading those journal entries back, I definitely had thoughts of giving up. I don't know what my secondary plan would have been. I didn't consider that, but sometimes it was hard back then to get an internship because it's just so competitive. But there's always there's so many companies out there. It doesn't have to be a super big tech company. But now some more practical advice. So if you're in college and you're wanting to get hired, and say you're in your junior year or your sophomore year or freshman year, definitely start as early as possible with getting things that are resumeable. Getting a bunch of accolades that you can put on your resume that actually matter. So for me, it was the research opportunity. Yes, I put some projects on there, but it was the research opportunity was something that you had to earn in order to get. So that was good. Definitely get stuff that you can put on your resume. Gosh, this broccoli, I think that's enough broccoli. Does this kind of look like my hair? A broccoli head. Go ahead and put these in here and we'll wash them real quick. Woo! Just gonna go ahead and season these things. You wanna put some of that on there. So yeah, make sure that you're getting things on your resume before you graduate, because a lot of these jobs are looking for some type of experience. And if you have some internships, if you have some research opportunities, that helps pad you a lot when it comes to getting a full-time job out of college. And tip number 2 would be to do group projects. And this is something that I did I did a hackathon once, and it taught me a lot on working in a team setting. You know, when you're majoring in computer science, I mean, at least at my school, we didn't have many group projects when it came to coding, which is funny because when you're actually working in the job, it's like constantly a group project. So when you do a group project, you're learning necessary skills like using version control, so Git, also learning how to do all the different commands with Git, and learning how to make code that's readable for other people. So definitely group projects is one that I would definitely hone in on if I were you and you were trying to get into this field. I don't know why I screamed at you when I said field. I'm sorry about that. So this is all seasoned up. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the pan. Next thing we're gonna do is season this bag of steak. So tip number 3, and the final tip of the day will have to be to apply. Just apply everywhere. People get stuck in the loop of doing leak code problems and practicing algorithms, doing all that, this, that, and third. It's really good for interview prep and if you want to perform at your interview, but you can't get the interview if you're not applying. So for me, I would apply. And then for the places that got me that first round interview and then the second round interview, then I would research what those coding questions were going to be. I would look on like Reddit or there's other sites where you could see what that company asked in terms of their coding questions in years past. So then I'd be like, okay, they asked questions like this. Now I'm gonna study those different things. Definitely, if you have the time, you can feel free to go ahead and do leak code problems and study how to do different algorithms, but that wasn't fun to me. I wasn't gonna be doing that. I decided to apply instead, and then after I applied to all these places, then I would study based on the place that I was going to be interviewing for. So yeah, that is the last and final tip. And we have the steak right here. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in the air fryer. And I hope that this video was helpful if you are looking to get into this field. There's so many different ways to get to this job. So you don't even have to go to college in order to become a software engineer, but I just wanted to say how I did it so that maybe if anybody who's in a similar situation can relate, they could be like, oh, okay, that's what he did, or maybe they're a freshman, maybe they're in high school, and maybe they want to take that same route. Here's a video, here's the guide. I'm dropping the knowledge for you. Come on, mwah. We're making food while I do it. Hopefully this video helped you out, or maybe you just wanted to hear the story and you don't even care about the job. I'll probably be posting a vlog as the next video, but I wanted to get this out because I know a lot of people have questions, and I don't think I really made a full video discussing how I did it. So that's how I did it.
Houston, Texas. That's Reverend E.W. Wilcox at box 11156, Houston, Texas. And now we are going to the script.